Why consistency beats intensity every time. Intensity is what you feel on your best day. Consistency is what you do on your worst. The person who shows up on their worst day every time will always outbuild the person who performs brilliantly on their best. You are not failing because you lack intensity. You are failing because you lack consistency. And nobody told you there is a difference. The fitness industry sells intensity. The motivational content industry sells intensity. The hustle culture sells intensity. One incredible workout, one brutal week, one massive push, and then nothing. Because intensity without consistency is just noise. And noise builds nothing. What is the one area of your life where you have gone hard? Really hard, for a short period and then stopped completely? Drop it in the comments right now. Because I guarantee every single person watching this has at least one. The diet that lasted 3 weeks. The gym streak that ended when life got busy. The business idea that consumed every evening for a month and then disappeared. The writing habit. The reading habit. The prayer habit. Intense, then gone. Counterintuitive truth. The person who does something mediocre every single day will always outperform the person who does something extraordinary occasionally. Not because mediocrity is better than excellence, because daily compounds in ways that occasional never can. Marcus Aurelius did not govern Rome by being spectacular occasionally. He showed up every single day for 20 years. Through plague, through war, through grief, through exhaustion, every day. This video is about the most underrated discipline, principle in human history. Not the one that gets you started, the one that keeps you going when the intensity is completely faded and the only thing left is the choice to continue anyway. Here is why intensity always fails eventually, and why understanding this will change the way you approach everything. Why intensity always fails. The 4 reasons nobody talks about. Intensity depends on feeling. Intensity arrives when you are motivated, inspired, energized, excited. It leaves when you are tired, stressed, busy, overwhelmed. And because life delivers those second states far more frequently than the first, intensity is fundamentally unreliable as a foundation. A system that only works when you feel good is not a system. It is a gamble. And the house always wins. Intensity burns out. The person who goes at 100% for 3 weeks and then collapses is not ahead of the person who goes at 60% every day for a year. They are behind because the collapse resets everything. The habit, the momentum, the identity, the belief that you can do this. Every reset costs more than the intensity produced. The all-or-nothing approach produces mostly nothing. Intensity confuses effort with progress. The person grinding intensely feels like they are making progress. The exhaustion feels like evidence of work. The soreness feels like growth. But effort and progress are not the same thing. Unsustainable effort produces exhaustion, not results. The person who works consistently at a sustainable level produces more actual progress than the person who works brilliantly and then crashes every single time. Intensity never becomes identity. The most important thing about consistency is not what it produces externally. It is what it builds internally. The person who shows up every day, regardless of how they feel, eventually stops identifying as someone who is trying to build a habit. They become someone who simply does this thing. That identity shift is worth more than any single result. And intensity, by definition occasional, never produces it. Waste. No more time arguing about what a good man should be. P1. Marcus Aurelius governed Rome for 20 years. Not brilliantly occasionally, consistently. Every day he sat down and wrote. Every day he prepared his mind. Every day he chose the same values, the same commitments, the same character, regardless of how the previous day had gone, regardless of how he felt, regardless of what was happening around him. Meditations is not a record of his best days. It is a record of his daily practice. Some entries are profound. Some are repetitive. Some cover the same ground he had covered 100 times before. Because that is what consistency looks like from the inside. Not always brilliant, always present. Confine yourself to the present. Seneca wrote about consistency with remarkable directness. He said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." The waste he was describing was not laziness, it was inconsistency. The days given to the wrong things. The energy spent on bursts that produced nothing lasting. He taught, let all your efforts be directed to something. Let it keep that end in view, not occasionally, daily, with the same direction. The same commitment, the same choice made again and again until it stops being a choice and becomes simply who you are. Let all your efforts be directed to something. Let it keep that end in view. Faith understands this too. The spiritual disciplines on prayer, scripture, community, service are not designed to be intense occasionally. They are designed to be consistent daily. The person who prays intensely during crisis and not at all during peace has not built a prayer life. They have built a crisis response. Real faith, the kind that holds through everything, is built in the ordinary daily moments. The same choice made every day. The same showing up, whether or not it feels significant. It always is 4 keys, not motivation strategies. Structural principles, the kind that work even when motivation has completely disappeared.
Yes.
Make it smaller than you think you need. The biggest enemy of consistency is the standard you set on your most motivated day. The workout you design when you feel incredible. The writing goal you commit to when inspiration is flowing. These standards feel right in the moment, and they destroy the habit the moment motivation drops, because they are impossible to maintain without it. Marcus Aurelius did not write profound philosophy every morning. Some mornings he wrote a single line. Some mornings he repeated what he had written before. The standard was not brilliance. The standard was showing up. Make your standard so small it is embarrassing, then never miss it. The identity of someone who never misses is worth more than the quantity of what they do on their best days. Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. Remove the decision. Make it automatic. Every decision you have to make costs willpower, and willpower is a finite resource that depletes through the day. The person who has to decide every morning whether to exercise will eventually decide not to on the morning when their willpower is lowest. The person who has made exercise a non-negotiable at a specific time has removed the decision entirely. It is not a choice anymore. It simply happens. Seneca wrote, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." The decision about who you are comes first, once. Everything else becomes automatic. Marcus Aurelius decided once who he was going to be. Then every morning he simply lived out that decision. Remove the daily decision. Make the one foundational decision. Then just show up. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Never miss twice, the only rule that matters. You will miss. Everyone misses. The sick day, the crisis, the day that was simply too much. Missing once is not the problem. Missing twice is where habits die. Because the second miss is a choice in a way the first one often is not. And the third miss after the second is easier still. The chain breaks at the second link, not the first. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. You cannot always control whether you miss once. You can always control whether you miss twice. That is the only rule you need. Whatever happened yesterday, whatever broke, whatever failed, whatever you did not do, today is a new day. Show up today. Never miss twice. That single rule, applied consistently, produces more long-term results than any intensity-based strategy ever devised. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Shithur. Trust the compound. The result is invisible until it isn't. The hardest part of consistency is the period before results are visible. The weeks and months of showing up when nothing seems to be changing. When the scale does not move. When the business does not grow. When the skill does not improve noticeably. This is the period where most people quit, right before the compound kicks in. Because compound results are invisible until they suddenly are not, and then they are undeniable. Marcus Aurelius wrote Meditations over 20 years. None of it was published in his lifetime. He had no audience, no feedback, no visible result from the daily practice. He showed up anyway, every day, for 20 years. And the result, 2,000 years later, is one of the most read books in human history. Trust the compound. The result is coming. You just cannot see it yet. Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. Intensity is what you feel on your best day. Consistency is what you do on your worst. And the person who shows up on their worst day, every time, will always outbuild the person who performs brilliantly on their best. Marcus Aurelius showed up every day for 20 years. Not always brilliantly, not always confidently, not always feeling like the emperor of Rome, but every day, with the same commitment, the same practice, the same choice. The result was an empire, and a philosophy that outlasted the empire by 2,000 years. You do not need more intensity. You need one more day of showing up. then another, until the showing up is simply who you are. Make it small enough to never miss. Remove the daily decision. Never miss twice. And trust the compound that is building right now. Invisibly, daily, permanently. Show up tomorrow, and the day after, that is all. What is the one thing you are going to show up for tomorrow, no matter what? Drop it below. I read everyone. Subscribe for Series 4, one video every week. See you next week.